You know what's really easy to redo? A reel for social media. You know what's not easy to redo? A child. Hey, it's your buddy Moo Juice Magic here. And this video is from last year, but I didn't see it till today. So I'm putting it today as the 18th of January of 2025. This is our first contender of the year for Terrible Worst Mother of the Year award. I know it's from last year, but it was late enough last year, and I just saw it today, so she's getting chalked up into this one. You're going to get kind of mad when you watch this reel if you have kids, or if you've lost a child, or if you know someone that's lost a child close to you. And it's not for the faint of heart. No one dies, though, okay? It has a semi happy ending. The kid lives, but I don't know for how long with this kind of parenting. So let's watch this reel, shall we? I did mute it for copyright issues. It's somewhere in India. Here we go. Disgusting. This is making me so mad. Look at her fucking smiling. Like it's no big deal. No, stupid. Your kid almost got plastered. You almost gave your kid the Gage treatment, okay? This kid almost got pet. Is there a pet cemetery close by you could bury this little Punjabi kid in? Because he's going to need one, or she, to resurrect themselves as a little zombie baby to get his revenge on his terrible mother. Look, dude, even the other kid, the older kid, tries to warn the mom. Mom, he's going to traffic. And mom's like, no, don't. Hey, don't. You stop it. I'm trying to look at the camera. Look at the camera. I'm filming a real Ted. I don't know what she calls the kid. Look at this little stupid dance, too. Good for you, lady. I'm glad that you can do that dance. I don't know where your husband's at. I hope when he saw this, I don't know what the punishment in India is for being a terrible mom, but I know there's some backlash. That is the positive note here. I saw it was like the Punjab Daily or something. Yeah, I looked it up a little bit. I didn't read the whole article. I didn't want to. I didn't want to know anything more about this one's person. I don't care who she is. If this was in America, it would be different. I'd be looking to find out who this person is and send this directly to CPS in her town myself and or her husband if it hadn't gotten there. This has already gone pretty sensational, I guess. It does say viral. There's a hashtag viral. You can see the reel itself where it's tagged and all that. At the same time, this is this a learning lesson? Can we watch this and learn? Can we glean something from this? Is there some lesson, some viable thing to pull from all of this to be taught? I think there is, and it's put your fucking camera down and pay attention to your goddamn kids, lady. For fuck's sake, dude. Look, I got kids. I understand how hard it is to reel a bunch of kids in. This woman's dealing with two. I have four. And mine are all close in age. None of mine had this issue. I have one son who has autism, and he tended to wander when he was younger. So we did things like buy him squeaky shoes. So we would hear where he was going because he's very, very sneaky. Very quick kid. In fact, we have a nickname for him based on that. But he knew the squeaker shoes were how we were finding him. So he disabled the squeaking device in his shoes when he was like 5 or 6 years old. And he wandered off at a barbecue. He didn't get very far, thankfully. He didn't wander off because we weren't paying attention. He wandered off because he got out of where he was at and he wandered through a crowd of people who all were acknowledging him and then wandered kind of into a bush and then somewhere else. We found him minutes away from when he was gone, but it wasn't anything like this. No one was trying to film ourselves doing a reel. We were all just doing things as a big group, and everyone had eyes on everybody until they didn't. And that's a little different here. This is a woman being completely negligent by a fucking highway with her kids. I lived in an apartment complex away from the road, surrounded by tons of people we know. It's a little different. So part of me is sympathetic and part of me is absolutely not. I'm sympathetic to the fact that I understand that kids get away. I'm completely unsympathetic or unsympathetic, a lack of empathy, no empathy for this for her, because she's doing this specifically for clout and then tries to rebuke her other kid. Your reel is not worth rebuking your child. This is not your living, lady. This is not your bread and butter. And if it is, hit the pause button, record it again. You're going to have to anyway. And if that kid goes splat, you're going to have a whole different kind of fucking viral video. And that noise in the background is my cat finding a broken chair, in case you're wondering. But this is, I don't know, I'm perplexed. What do you guys think? How egregious is this to you? I mean, if you've lost a kid or a niece or nephew or someone or a child at all that's close to you, you know how devastating that is. You know the impact, the everlasting impact that has on you. Birthdays, dates are never the same. Holidays aren't quite the same. You can't look at that one favorite picture you used to have of the kiddo and you, and it just tears you apart. And this woman is just brazenly not giving a shit. We did a lot of crazy stuff when we were younger. I grew up in the 80s, but at the time I was probably, this kid's probably 3, 4 years old. You know, maybe 2 or 3 years old probably. When I was 2 or 3, like in the 80s, it wasn't even a big deal. Our family was always watching us. As we got a little older, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, you'd go have a little more freedom. By the time I was a teenager, all bets were off. I was wherever. My kids don't go anywhere without me knowing where they're at now. It doesn't mean I don't let them go places or I don't trust them. It's I know how shitty the world is. They're not too sheltered. They're just taken care of. You got to let them fly a little bit, but not when they're a little toddler. Not when they're a toddler on the highway and you want to shoot a fucking reel so you can get some goddamn clout. It isn't worth the likes, lady. She's getting the wrong kind of internet attention, I think, because, like I said, this has been bandied about, and I'm happy to continue to bandy it about and to shame her, and I hope she learned a damn lesson. Kids are irreplaceable. Your real isn't. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm your buddy Moo Juice, and I'm gonna go tuck my kids in a little tighter tonight. Ridiculous.